So that green sticker means that we passed the first electrical inspection. Means the work was done properly, which is what you want. And if you remember, that permit cost us $135 to make sure electrical was done right. It seems like a worthwhile investment. So this wall is probably the best example of what sort of work went on. We moved the electrical into a safe area for cabinet installs above and below. We've got the poly boot on all the outlets that are on exterior walls so that we have a way to seal that with a vapor barrier so that you don't have air leaks there. And we've got the plastic grommets in the steel studs so that the steel stud doesn't cut your wire. And we're ready to go. So as a general rule, we try and keep electrical out of the way of where you're going to be doing a lot of screwing. So cabinets, right? Cabinets are going to sit up here and down here. So we put the electrical in the middle. When we run into a situation where we can't avoid it and we're going to be close to where you're potentially putting bigger screws in, we have a metal plate that goes in right in front of those wires, so that if you do happen to screw here, you hit that plate and you know that you're right in the way of wires and you need to move your screw. So a little safety precaution that usually the electricians will pay attention to. And this is another good example of one trade having to think about what the other trades are doing. The electricians know that there's going to be cabinets in this corner, so they took precautions to make sure there aren't issues in the future. So you can see here in the kitchen that the plumbers have replumbed things for the kitchen sink. Everything's nice and organized, fastened to the wall. They haven't cut through the beam to get their PEX lines in. And they vented right to the main stack. When we first took things apart, you saw a couple of these cheater vents. We talked to the plumbers about them. They are allowed to be used by code for renovation purposes. But if you can, why not just tie it into the system that's there? You don't have this ugly looking stack sitting somewhere. So they cleaned that up. They vented our range hood to the outside. Bit of a challenge because of space issues and that, but they found a way to vent it so that the range hood vents to the outside. So the mechanical room, you can see that we've cleaned this whole area right up. All that plumbing and venting went into the walls where it's going to be out of the way. Rigid pipe for the dryer now that vents outside the shortest possible route we could make it work effectively. And all our plumbing again is nice and neat and tidy and ready to go for the sink and for a toilet. So our bathroom, put in a new fan to exhaust the moisture out of the bathroom. Did a 4-inch line now that ties into the 4-inch vent, and it's all insulated so you don't have moisture freezing in there. They went to a bigger fan too. A lot of homes you'll see the starter fan, it's a really small one. It meets code, but for most applications it's not really effective, so they went and put in a bigger fan for us.